Day 101. So, I'd like to talk about what I did yesterday. Yesterday was kind of a fairly quiet day. It's been raining a lot here in Austin. And while I normally am fairly active, I hike twice a week with Zane, bike to work when it's nice, do things around the house that are, semi-physical, like painting and like painting my house and things like that, which is what I'm working on right now. Um, there are days that just can't happen. And while I do have an elliptical in house, my brother likes Soul Cycle, and he had a couple credits because he was in Dallas recently, and he wasn't able to use them. So he told me to use them or lose them, type of thing. And so I decided yesterday that because of the rain and because they need to get used, I would go ahead and do it. And there is, I definitely like biking to work and I like hiking, but they're, at your own pace types of things, right? I might have some music playing while I'm biking. And I try to find some pumped up stuff to get up the hill climbs, but it doesn't necessarily um, do the justice of the I want to say almost like team or camaraderie feeling you get when you do one of those spin classes. Um, there's this upbeat, um, tempo that you're following along, and everyone's head bobbing or like, well, I mean, they're technically doing push-ups, but they're, going up and down, and they're, following the rhythm, um, dancing in unison on a bike. Um, and while there are definitely times that I stumble on that because I either can't keep up with the tempo and speed wise, or I'm just not coordinated doing the movements, there's something to be said about it because it does, even though it's kind of at your own leisure of how hard you do it, there's something to it because I've always, I always say when I go into one of those classes, I'm going to do all the movements and I'm going to do every time they say to turn it up, which is, the wheel, so make it harder to bike, I do it. And it definitely pushes me beyond what I would do on my own. And so it is a different setting, definitely. Um, and I could see myself doing some of that later on. I mean, I'll be doing them right now anyways because there's still a couple more credits left, and the rain has not let up, and it doesn't look like it's going to let up for a while. So it might be my only physical activity option, which I'm okay with. But yeah, I just like, there are so many different types of physical activity. You could do a team sport, or you could do Soul Cycle, or you could do hiking or biking or swimming or, kayaking or whatever it is, right? It doesn't really matter. So long as you get out and do it and that you do it regularly, because probably the worst thing you can do is not do any physical activity for like a week and a half. BT dub, that's me. And then have to go out and do it again. So stay active, keep it moving.